Today, with the help of 3D animation, we'll talk about a case that, by the end of the video, will leave you shaken to your core. 15 years ago, 4 people lived in this house. A mother, father, their daughter, and a Nepali servant all went to bed peacefully that night. In the morning, the daughter was found dead in her bedroom. The parents accused the servant of killing her and running away. A day later, the servant was found dead on the roof of the same house. So suspicion for the daughter's murder shifted to the parents. But do you know what's truly shocking? The shocking thing is that even after 15 years, this case has never been solved. A movie has also been made about this case and a book has been written as well. Even the police and the CBI put in their full effort. But to this day, this case remains one of the most mysterious cases ever. Let's understand what happened from the beginning. Look, this incident took place at house number 2 in Jalvayu Vihar Apartments, Noida. This house belonged to 2 doctors, husband and wife, Rajesh Talwar and Nupur Talwar. Apart from the 2 of them, 2 other people also lived in this house. Rajesh Talwar and Nupur Talwar's daughter, Aarushi Talwar, and their Nepali servant, Hemraj, made it 4. If I explain the layout of this house to you, Rajesh and Nupur Talwar's bedroom was in the house. Right next to it was their daughter Aarushi Talwar's bedroom, and after a passage in the outer part of the house was the bedroom of the servant Hemraj. There was also a lot of confusion regarding the gates in this case, so let me clear up that confusion for you right now. Look, this was the main entrance of the house and there were a total of 3 doors here. This was the outermost gate which could be opened just by pushing it. After that, there was this middle grill door which obviously could be latched, and innermost was this main wooden door. But apart from these 3 gates, there is one very important catch here. Between the outermost and the middle door, there was also a door leading to Hemraj's room, and from Hemraj's room there was another door that led inside the house. This means that without using the main gate, anyone could enter or exit the house through Hemraj's gates. Now we've understood the house layout well, so it will be even more interesting to understand this case. This is about May 15th, 2008, and it's a true story. That is, just like every other day, one day before the murder, Aarushi woke up early and started getting ready for school. Hemraj was preparing the food, and Aarushi's mother, Nupur Talwar, was busy getting Aarushi ready for school. Today, that is, on May 15th, 2008, Aarushi was very excited to go to school. Because after tomorrow, summer vacations were going to start at school. That's why, even though Aarushi's birthday was actually on May 24th, she decided to celebrate it with her friends on May 16th itself, which was the last working day of school. Anyway, after Aarushi left for school, her parents also went to their clinic for work. And at 9:15 at night, they all sat down together for dinner. After dinner, Aarushi Talwar went to her room. Rajesh and Nupur Talwar went to their respective rooms and Hemraj got busy washing the dishes and other chores. A little while later, both parents came to Aarushi's room and started planning the party that was to be held the next day. After planning, the father gave his daughter a Sony DS-CW130 camera as a birthday gift. Aarushi was very happy to receive the gift and took a lot of photos with it. According to the CBI report, the last picture she clicked was at 10:10 p.m. Pictures. After clicking pictures and so on, Rajesh and Nupur went to their room and Aarushi went to hers. Then, at 11 p.m., Rajesh Talwar was working on his laptop in his room and he asked Nupur to turn on the router. The internet router was installed in Aarushi's room. Nupur went to Aarushi's room, quietly turned on the router and then left. At this time, Aarushi was in her room reading Chetan Bhagat's novel, The 3 Mistakes of My Life. According to the investigation, Rajesh Talwar last used the internet on his laptop at 12:08 a.m. to send emails or for his work. Then he too went to sleep. And after they went to sleep, something happened between midnight and 6 a.m. on the night of May 15th that shook the entire country. This night raised questions about the competence of the police and the CBI, and it became one of the most mysterious nights in the world. The next day, that is on the morning of May 16th, 2008 at 6 a.m., the housemaid Bharti Mandal arrived for cleaning and rang the doorbell for the first time, but no one opened the door. She rang it a second time, but still, no one opened the door. When she rang it a third time, Aarushi's mother Nupur opened the door. This was very strange. Even though Bharti had only joined this job 6 days ago, every day, the house servant Hemraj would open the door after just one ring of the bell. Anyway, let me clarify once again that out of the total 3 doors, for now, Nupur has opened the innermost wooden door and Bharti Mandal is still standing outside the outermost door. Now, as Nupur moves forward to open the middle door, she notices that it is locked from the outside. Following this, Bharti asks where Hemraj has gone and Bharti says she doesn't know. Then Nupur says that he must have gone to get milk, that's why he locked the door from outside. So let's wait for 5 minutes. In response, Bharti says that she has to go clean other places as well. You must have extra keys, so throw them down from the balcony and I'll go downstairs, get the keys and open the door myself. While throwing the keys, Nupur called Hemraj, and you all should listen to this very carefully. Hemraj's phone did ring, someone even picked up the call, but after 2 seconds, they hung up and switched off the phone, and that phone has never been found by anyone to this day. Anyway, Nupur throws the keys from the balcony, Bharti picks them up and comes upstairs, and as I told you earlier, the outer door would open just by pushing it, but when Bharti sees the middle door, she is shocked to realize that there was no need for the key at all, because it was only latched from the inside. All this happened while Bharti Mandal was making her entry. By that time, Rajesh Talwar had also woken up in the morning, and when he came into the living room, he saw that there was a bottle of alcohol placed on the dining table, which also had blood stains on it. Rajesh, shocked, asked Nupur about this, and Nupur was also shocked. She quickly told Rajesh to check Aarushi's room as soon as possible. Aarushi's room had a door that could only be opened from the outside with a key, and after locking the door, Nupur would always keep the room's key on the bedside table in their bedroom. But today, after seeing the liquor bottle, as soon as Rajesh headed towards Aarushi's room, he saw that the room's door was wide open. As soon as he entered the room, the ground slipped from under his feet. He started screaming and shouting loudly. Meanwhile, Nupur also arrived there, and she too couldn't believe what she saw. At that moment, Bharti also heads towards the room, and Nupur, pointing towards Aarushi's bed, says this. Look at this. See what Hemraj did before running away. And in Aarushi's room, on the bed, Aarushi was lying dead, soaked in blood. She had been struck on the head with something, and her throat had been slit. After this, Bharti asked for permission from the Talwars to inform the neighbors, and they gave her permission, and this turned out to be the biggest mistake in the entire case. Or perhaps it was a conspiracy to destroy evidence. Who knows? Bharti gathered all the neighbors at the crime scene, and Virendra Singh, the security guard of the society, called the police. When the police arrived at the scene, they saw that about 15 people were standing in the living room, 5 or 6 people were in Rajesh and Nupur Talwar's room, and there was no one in Aarushi's room. The point is that at this crime scene, where the police could have immediately found all the crucial evidence and where outsiders should not have set foot at all, the crowd had completely destroyed the integrity of the scene. All the fingerprints and other evidence had been utterly compromised. As soon as the police arrived, Rajesh Talwar told the officers that Hemraj had committed the murder and fled, and that he should be arrested as soon as possible. Allegedly, Rajesh Talwar even said that he would personally give 25,000 rupees if the police went to Nepal and caught him immediately. So the police also came up with their own story, that on the night of the incident, the servant Hemraj, after drinking alcohol, tried to force himself on Aarushi, and when Aarushi resisted, he killed her and ran away. Based on this theory, the police declared it an open case, put a reward of 20,000 rupees on Hemraj, and sent a team to Nepal. Although the crime scene, that is Rajesh Talwar's house, had been completely destroyed and thoroughly compromised, the police still proceeded to hand over fingerprints, Aarushi's clothes, as well as the bedsheets to the forensic team for further examination and analysis. During the investigation of the crime scene, the police found bloodstains on the stairs leading to the terrace, but the terrace door was locked. So, the police asked Rajesh Talwar for the key. Rajesh Talwar stayed in his room for quite a while, supposedly looking for the key. And when the police asked for the key again, he got agitated. He started saying that the murderer Hemraj is sitting in Nepal and you all are wasting time by going to the terrace. According to CBI reports, when the police officer was later asked why he didn't check the terrace on the first day, he said that it was very hot near the terrace gate, so he came back down without waiting too long. On May 17, 2008, that is one day after Aarushi's murder, Rajesh and Nupur left for Haridwar to perform the last rites while the police continued their investigation. A retired police officer, K.K. Gautam, who had come to the crime scene at someone's request, took the bloodstains on the CDO seriously, and when the key could not be found, broke the lock on the terrace door. As soon as they reached the terrace, around 10:30 in the morning, what the police officers saw left them shocked. Hemraj's body was lying there, and he had been killed in the same manner as Aarushi. Rajesh and Nupur Talwar were called back to confirm the body. At first, Rajesh refused to identify the body, but after getting confirmation from Nupur as well, he agreed that yes, this was indeed Hemraj's body. Now, I am going to tell you the most important point of this video. Listen carefully. On the wall of this very terrace, there was a blood-soaked handprint like this. This was the most important evidence in the entire case. If the police had taken this handprint seriously as evidence, the case would have been solved right then. But I know what you're thinking. This is the Indian police after all. All police suspicion landed on Rajesh and Nupur Talwar, but this wasn't easily accepted, especially since she was a father's only daughter, born after such difficulty. So she was conceived through IVF that the father would kill her in anger. So the police's second team began investigating Hemraj's friends. First, the police arrested Vishnu Sharma, who was actually the first one, the one who worked as a servant in Rajesh and Nupur Talwar's home. He had taken a temporary leave, so he had asked Hemraj to temporarily manage the servant's responsibilities. But upon his return, the Talwars stated they preferred to keep Hemraj to continue with him. The police speculated that when Vishnu was killing Hemraj to take revenge, Aarushi must have seen it. So Vishnu killed them both to prevent her from revealing the crime. This theory was based on the idea that Vishnu Sharma, who had previously worked for the Talwar family, might have held a grudge against Hemraj, the current domestic help. However, after a careful investigation, which included checking Vishnu Sharma's whereabouts and verifying his alibi, it was discovered that on the night of the murder, Vishnu Sharma was actually in Nepal. This evidence proved that he could not have been involved in the crime, and the police had to reconsider their initial theory. Taking all these things into careful consideration, and after thoroughly reviewing all the evidence and circumstances surrounding the case, on May 23, 2008, which was a significant day in the investigation, the police, acting on the information they had gathered up to that point, made the decision to arrest Rajesh Talwar, who was the father of Aarushi Talwar and a key figure in the ongoing inquiry. Bastan said that Rajesh Talwar was reportedly having an extramarital affair at his own dental clinic, and it was Aarushi who eventually found out about this secret relationship. Under significant emotional stress and pressure, Aarushi began confiding in Hemraj about these sensitive matters, and as a result, the two of them gradually entered into what was described as an illicit and inappropriate relationship. On the night between May 15th and 16th, according to the account, they took him upstairs to the terrace and killed him. He was murdered on the terrace. He came down, drank heavily, and killed his daughter Aarushi. But right after that statement, this little girl's character was being smeared, so people fiercely opposed the police. The police, feeling the pressure, altered their testimony, claiming Aarushi had found out about an extramarital affair at Dr. Rajesh Talwar's clinic and began blackmailing him, which led Rajesh Talwar to kill his daughter Aarushi. Hemraj had witnessed this incident, so Rajesh killed him too. In short, after that statement, many investigations took place, but the overall situation was this. Two CBI teams were involved. The first CBI team claimed after investigation that the mother, Krishna Thadarai, did it. Krishna was actually from Nepal and was a friend of the servant Hemraj Banjare, and he worked as an assistant at Dr. Rajesh Talwar's clinic. 2 days earlier, Krishna made a mistake at the clinic with Aarushi's mother, after which Rajesh badly scolded Krishna in front of the others. In return, Krishna also said that he would definitely take revenge on Rajesh Talwar, and Rajesh Talwar's driver Umesh Sharma heard him say this. But this theory of the CBI's first team also turned out to be incorrect, because the landlord of the house where Krishna lived confirmed that Krishna was with him at the time of the murder. At this point, you might recall the narco test scene from the movie Talwar, but there are also allegations against the movie that it was made to improve the image of the Talwar couple. Then the case was handed over to a second CBI team, and after their investigation, this team claimed that the servants had nothing to do with Aarushi's murder. The kind of cut found on Aarushi and Hemraj's necks suggests that it must have been done by a professional using a surgical blade. But even the second CBI team did not find any solid evidence against the Talwars, so they appealed to the court to close the case permanently. This case is considered India's most mysterious murder case. The main reason this case has not been solved to this day is the Noida police. If the Noida police had taken that bloodied handprint on the roof of the house seriously, the killer would have been easily caught.